Hey guys, Andy here, poverty prospecting. Haven't done a lot of footage this weekend, but we've had a couple of issues with the trommel, more the battery and the solar panel that I've got to charge the battery. It's not working, so at the moment the trommel being at least 12 volt, it's all G-rigged off the battery of my car. We've been running this white pipe clay material from a reef that's massive, and it's all the way along that ridge line up there. And this is the stuff that JMP put me onto. We've already run basically 3 big tubs, and we're about to run some of these wet claggy clay. Problem is, it's really claggy. Like, the trommel's doing a pretty good job of washing it, but what we worked out was it was actually better to throw it in dry than it was to wet it down. Because when you wet it down, it turns into giant big clumps. When it turns into clumps, it's really hard to bust it up. So we've been running the 3 buckets, the 3 big tubs, dry into the machine, and it's been doing a pretty good job. I changed out the matting because I was having problems with it. It was blocking up too much, not enough water flow over it. So now I've gone back to another mat, secondary mat I've had. It's running okay. It's catching it. Even the green mat down the bottom, all the cells are working. They're all doing what they're supposed to be doing, spinning around. But I did test this mat after a full run yesterday of about 8-9 buckets. But we ran it wet, and there was not one micro in the bottom part of the sluice. So it's running pretty steep to try and deal with the clay, but otherwise it's running pretty well. It's a bit on the piss at the moment, but it's pouring into the right hole, so it's all good, it's all working. But as you can see, a lot of this clay, and yeah, it's thick and it's chunky. But at the moment, because the battery's a bit low and I try and keep it for my wife's CPAP machine, how's that for Jerry rigged into an Anderson plug? Just jammed onto some Allen keys and an alligator clip that I actually dug up yesterday, found somewhere with the detector. Anyway, we'll set you up, let it run for a little while, chuck some shit through it, but we'll chat again soon. All jerry rigged off my Triton, mate. Can't kill a Triton. All good. Well, that's our camp up there. The missus is watching the oven, the camp oven. She's got a damper in there. Smudge is down here chilling. And we're the only ones here. We're expecting a few other people to come camp with us over the weekend, but it didn't happen. Everyone's too busy. But the good news is, it's all running well. Could do better. Got to try and get another battery, I think, for me bloody, or another solar panel. I think it's internal, because I've checked all the wires and they're all good. I can't see anything wrong with it, but there's no power coming out of it. And that's my big solar panel, that's a 250 watt, so a bit disappointing. And because our lithium battery's down at about under 50%, Paula needs it for her CPAP machine, so it runs all night and uses about 20%. So we've got one more night here, so I don't want to risk it that's not working for her. But we got all this stuff, as I was saying, from way up on this ridge line. There's shitloads of workings. But I went out detecting this morning. I found the first couple of bits of gold with my detector. Made me very happy, very spiky, very reefy. But there's a little reef up here that they busted open. And very hard to find with the monster because it was so bloody small. But I did find them, 2 pieces. And I thought, no. I wonder what this is like. It's got a lot of fine in it. So I brought back a bucket of that stuff. It's not quite as white. a lot more yellowy. So, and I did pan it out, and I found about 15 bits in half a pan. So, not big bits, mainly fine stuff, but that's the dirt that everyone's discarded. So maybe next time I come, instead of running up the hill and getting this white pipe clay stuff that is really hard to wash, we might get that red stuff. See how that goes. Anyway, we'll do a snuffer dump after I do all these buckets. Cheers. Okay, we'll just give you a look. This super sticky shit, once I wet it down, it became even more sticky. So, couldn't really listen to my beautiful wife at the beginning, and she said run it dry, and running dry was a lot better. It just washed, cleaned really well, and out it came. Whereas you can see the sticky shit, some of it is still down here. But basically at the end of the day, once I finish all these buckets, I'll rerun these tailings and also run the monster over, because according to James, you'll find a lot of species. Now you'll see me throwing these big rocks back in. The big rocks act a bit like a ball mill and crush this gloopy crap up. You know, so that's what it looks like. Quite happy to let it take its time and run. You can just dribble away at it until it's clean. But it was a much better idea to run it dry, because this wet, claggy crap is even harder to run than it when it was dry, because it just ran beautifully when it was dry. So, oh well, live and learn. First time I've dealt with this sort of shit, but it's doing okay. Cheers. What are you doing, Smudgy? You got a stick? Is that what that is? Answer that. What have I said about standing so close to the camera? Okay, it's been running for a little while with about 3 shovels in it. Let's have a look at the material. Watch the muck come off this shovel. It's tacky shit, this white pipe clay. But you let it go slow, comes out like that. That's not too bad. You know, there's a couple of clay balls in there, but they can run through a second time. But main thing is get all these buckets done, because that white pipe clay stuff, it's pretty hard to work. So what I'm going to do is run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets, and then I'm probably going to take the buckets back up to where I was this morning, finding little bits of crystalline reef gold, and get some of those and run through it, because that's not bad. I did a half a bucket test pan. We'll load this up, and over here, that bucket over there, I've got half a pan. We'll do half a pan of the ready grit, ready clay shit, and show you what's in that, because it's actually probably better than this stuff. So anyway, we'll chuck a couple of these in. Gloopy shit it is, heavy as hell. Chuck it at the back of the trommel. Throw a few of these nice big clean rocks in here, and let it smash it a bit. Anyway, I'll put a few in, then we'll see how we go. Bear with me. Okay, that's the stuff. That comes from this little reef just up the hill where I found my first 2 bits of gold with my gold ones. And so, that came out of that tiny bit of material. So I'm thinking this other reef where I found the 2 little reefy bits of gold, which were very hard for me to find. I'm not much of a detectorist, so it makes it really difficult for me. Still learning, but I did find 2 bits of gold, so I was bloody happy. And that was like half a pan, as you saw. That's not bad for half a pan of mine tailings. Okay, we've run basically 3 big tubs. 1 big tub which takes 3 buckets, 25 litre buckets, 2 smaller tubs that take 2 buckets, 25 litre. So that makes what, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buckets through it, plus the one that's in the back of my ute that's empty anyway, but we ran that. But it's dealt with the pipe clay pretty well. This pile over here, as you can see next to the buckets, that was all from the 2 brothers. Apparently that was their tailings when they tried to run their 10-inch high banker up here to deal with this clay. We're just running the trommel for a little bit with the water, just to try and mitigate a bit of the rocks and stuff in the sluice. See how clean it's running. Got the bush fix of the 2 Allen keys jammed on with a clip that I found in the bush, running off of Anderson's plug from my car. Seemed to make everything work. So anyway, we're going to turn the water down and pan out the bottom of all the buckets that I've tipped into 1 pan. Let this thing sit for a little while and drain out. Then we're going to pan it out. And then we'll do, I think first off, we'll do the bottom, just to find out whether we're getting any loss down to the bottom with the clay. Pete, I think it's ready to paint that damn white. This is pretty good. It's washed it really well. I'll pan this what's left out of all the buckets, the bottom of them, I just kept tipping them into this pan. So we'll go through this, see what's in it. Should be a little spray of colour at the bottom. Hey guys, Andy, Poverty Prospecting. We've done half a clean-up. I worked it out. It was actually 15 buckets of gravel. Has gone through that white pipe clay shit, and mate, it's hard to wash, but the trommel's done a pretty good job. The top box has just been cleaned. I also cleaned the long tom. Now the long tom ran all day yesterday, hasn't been cleaned. Top box was cleaned yesterday twice, and the middle was cleaned once, and I changed the riffles and I changed the matting setup. But I haven't cleaned it since yesterday afternoon when James was here, and we ran, I think, 2 tubs of material through it. And alright, long tom. After giving it a bit of a clean out, can't really see them, but there is stuff in there. It won't zoom in, so I'll have to do it manually. But there's probably about 7 or 8 super fine, mega fine, tiny little dots at the top. We'll give them a wet. Might be about 20 maybe, I don't know, I can't really see it. Haven't got my glasses on. But if it's wet, you might be able to see it. Here we go. Tiny, micro dots. That was from the long time. That's the last chance to learn. So I don't think we lost a lot. I think we caught most of it. Okay, this is the top box. After 15 buckets. There's a few species in there. There's a lots of that silvery pyrite shit too. They're down here. You can see those. Hang on, try to get the glare away. So those silvery bits. If you know what they are, by all means, leave a comment, because I'm not sure what they are. I'm presuming they're pyrite. But we've got a couple of species, we've got a bit of reef stuff, we've got a little bit. But I would have kind of expected more out of 15 buckets. But it is hard shit to wash, that's for sure. But I think the trommel did pretty well. So we're going to wind this up here and then do the centre section. Okay, last part of the cleanup. The centre part of the sluice was done. One big chunk of what I think's pyrite. If you don't know what it is, or if you do know what it is, let me know, because I have no idea. Silvery in colour, crystalline, but we got one decent flake in there, and yeah, all that fine powder there, that is gold. That's micro. That is like micro flower gold. That is unbelievable. But there's a little lump of red square shit in there too. I don't know what that is, but it's heavy. But anyway, a couple of bits of the pyrite, a couple of bits of one lump of gold. The rest is all fine shit. So anyway, we'll attack it again tomorrow for a couple of hours. I'm going to go and grab some material from that other spot, because I reckon that's got better gold in it than this white shit. So it seems to wash easier. Anyway, we'll give that a go. Cheers. Where we got the pipe clay was from the other ridge line over there, which is Staffordshire Reef. But over this side there's a few diggings here too. So I thought I'll come and have a swing, because I'm a total novice with a bloody detector. There's plenty of dig holes everywhere. And they were obviously chasing a reef that was through here, because there's a bit of a dig over there along straight line. I presume to try and track and find the reef. Then here, there's a couple of mullock holes up there, and there's a fair few mounds over there. I haven't gone past this hole, because I found the first piece of gold right there. Found the second piece of gold right there. No, I haven't covered it up. I will be. But I actually took like half a bucket of that material down and test panned it, and it's better than the white shit. But yeah, I'm going to keep going here and see if I can find something with me monster, and fill these buckets first, then swing the monster. So anyway, thanks for coming along on this journey to new ground for a new type of material. Not everything went to plan this weekend. No one turned up. Oh well, James turned up. He showed me where to go, and he even actually gave me he detected a quartz specie with a tiny little flake of gold on it, and he gave it to me before he left. I think that's a great gesture. Good morning, everyone. Easy poverty prospecting. Well, before we pack up in about 2 hours time, we ran all that white pipe clay, so we're going to run these 3 tubs of 6 buckets of the red stuff. We'll see what's different, because I'm pretty certain that this stuff here has got better gold. Anyway, got to do that before we go. But we'll clean out a snuffer bottle. We'll do a snuffer bottle from yesterday. put all the material from yesterday into one snuffer and all the material from this red stuff in a different snuffer, so I can add it all up, work out what come from where, because I'm pretty certain that this red stuff's going to be better. There we go, that's the snuffer up from yesterday. A lot of fine flower gold in there, but also all that silvery stuff, which I'm thinking might even be galena. But not real sure on that. But there's some big lumps of that stuff here. Right. That's one lump of it. So, but yeah, that's not too bad. I thought we possibly would have done better, but we'll see what this other stuff has in it. Anyway, I've done this before I have to start packing up. Cheers. Okay, we sheared a split pin, so we'll pull that bad bugger out, put a new one in. Got a couple of spares here, so that's all it is. It's just worked itself loose, so we'll fix that, get it running again. Cheers. Okay, new split pin in, and back into it. Okay, 3 tubs run, all done. That's the pile. I've washed red stuff, so we'll just let this run for a little second. I'm going to disconnect the water pipe and wash out the bottom of the sluice down the back here. You always end up with some shit caught down here, so try and give it a bit of a rinse out before we start packing it all up. Trommel-geddon's done for the weekend. I think it's done a great job. It has totally washed this stuff. Okay, all done. Move the trommel, give it a bit of a rinse. Can't see anything in there. No nuggies. No big bits. Nothing that I can see anyway at this stage. Definitely no lead shot. Haven't seen any lead shot all weekend, which makes me a bit happier. So we'll have a look down the bottom. Can't see anything poking out. Nothing bright and shiny. And no, I didn't run the long tom. It was only 6 buckets. So anyway, we'll do this clean up. See what's in it. Okay, after doing the top box clean up, this is what's come out of those 3 tubs. So
very crystalline in form, so because it did come out of the reef. A lot of fine powder gold there, but yeah, I think maybe we should have been over this side running this gravel. Ran a lot cleaner, ran a lot easier, but anyway, we'll now do the centre part of the sluice, then do a snuffer dump from the 3 tubs.
Okay, top done, middle just done. Not a lot in it, but super fine. But there you go, that was the middle of the sluice. Super fine powder flower gold, so pretty happy. I think we got some good ground up there. So anyway, we'll snuffer this up and then I've got to start packing up, and I do want to detect these piles just in case there's species in it. Cheers. Okay, back at camp, the full clean out. That's the snuffer dump from those 6 buckets. Now, a couple of little specie bits in there, a few nice little reefy bits, but a lot of mega fine flower gold. So, quite interesting. Should have been hitting that spot. But then again, that's why we're out here. Test the ground, see how it goes. Test the trommel. I think it worked well. And we got some nice bits. So, we'll be doing the big wrap up when we get home. But anyway, thanks a lot, Andy, Poverty Prospecting, over and out. Alright guys, Andy here, Poverty Prospecting. After our little weekend away that James put me onto from JMP, we ran a hell of a lot of material. Some was good, some was better. Now, the first amount of gold, this here, that came out of 25 litre buckets of white pipe clay from Staffordshire Reef. Now, we dug it where James said to go and put it through the trommel, which it dealt with it okay, but it dealt with it better when it was dry. So in future, I won't be wetting any of the clay down before it goes through, because it just turned into giant balls of clag. But this patch here was closer to the campground, and I ran 6 buckets, 6 25 litre buckets of the material from a closer spot to where we were camping. Anyway, we'll do a weight and show you now. I was lucky enough to, on the Saturday, to have my 2 eldest boys turn up to give us a hand to shovel and run stuff through the trommel, and the trommel worked okay, but if you watch the long video you'll see what issues we did have. But we had a few, but we dealt with them. So there you go, 0.33 from basically 500 litres of white pipe clay. I've found more just panning, but it wasn't about that. It was about getting out to a new area and just trying and see what it was like. So anyway, we'll weigh the second batch. This gold here is from the second batch of material that I ran. And it seemed to have better gold, but the gold here, or this stuff here, is so fine. Like there is powder gold in there, flower gold. It is tiny, but that's 0.18 basically. It was. I measured it 3 times, so it should be 1.8, but 1.7 will do. So determining that the second patch that had, that's the pipe clay, which was glaggy and really hard to run, and this stuff here was from a yellow clay. That's a white pipe clay, that's a yellow clay. That was 500 litres of material, 25 litre buckets full. That was 6 buckets. So if I go back, that's the spot I'm going to target next time. So there you go. That's the gold, all up 0.5 I think it was, so half a gram for two days, 2.5 days. But these two here, or 3, 4, one's got a signal in it, I'm not sure, but that's the first bit of gold I detected with my detector. That's the second bit, that little bit there, very small, very reefy. But this piece here is a specie, and that was given to me by James. He found it and said, here you go, you love species, so that's going straight to the pool room. But this bit here, it does have a signal in it. Can't see anything. I'm presuming it's on the inside of it, but we're going to have a look. Anyway, that was my weekend. Different ground, different country, different style, but the trommel did pretty well. We had a couple of little issues, but all in all, it went very well. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subbing. Andy, Poverty Prospecting, over and out. And don't forget, get out, have a go. You won't find it if you don't have a go. Cheers. Bye.